This is the Channel 6 News Update with Sharan Maguire for the 11th of December 2005.
Good evening. In our breaking story tonight, Sydney's Cronulla Beach has been transformed into a fighting rink, with angry locals claiming the Lebanese community has been ignoring Australian law by threatening to rape young girls in bikinis and bashing lifeguards that dare interfere. The issue was finally brought to a climax today, with thousands of white Australians converging on the popular beach for a rally. But what happens next turns the rally into an ugly riot. A text message thought to be the ignition to the riot called for white Australians to meet at Cronulla to defend their women and their beach. With more than 5,000 people converging on Sydney's beaches, the mostly male crowd quickly got out of control. Shocking images of many Middle Eastern people in the community fleeing as one Lebanese man at the beach was savagely beaten by the alcohol-fueled crowd. Many people carrying picket signs and wearing t-shirts emblazoned with discriminatory sayings such as "Love it or leave it," others with the Australian flag draped over their shoulders chanting "War-free zone." Police were on the scene in minutes trying to calm the crowd using pepper spray. They later arrested 7 people and charged 4. Officers were themselves the target of some of the angry mob, with reports of police having beer bottles thrown at them. Some of the charges being laid include assault police and offensive conduct, the youngest to be charged just 16, while the eldest should surely have known better at 33. The ambulance spokesperson has also reported at least 5 people being treated, with 2 needing hospitalisation. Which now begs the question, are Australians racist against people who are different? We've started a web poll asking just that. Do Australians want to be seen as having a racist national identity? Let us know what you think. Phone 464646 for yes and 464647 for no. And now we cross to Mark with the sports update. As an educator, I look at issues like this in our country and ask myself, what good can come from this? What morals can I take from teaching this event to make an interesting teaching experience, and one that my class would feel closer to, seeing as it happened right here in our own backyard? In other words, how would I use this event in a curriculum? To start, I would explain to the students what identity means and ask them what identity means to them, and even delve a little bit deeper and ask what they feel an Australian's identity should be. Perhaps they could also make up a survey asking the community what they feel is most important to their identity. From there, I would move on to difference. I would explain what difference is and what kinds of things make people different, such as religion, skin colour, dress and culture, and I would ask the students how they react to people that are different. For instance, do they go out of their way to be friends, or do they try to avoid people who are different? If the roles in the story above were reversed, and it was the people that were from a different culture rioting about Australians, how do the students think the situation would have been handled? Would the media have even reported on it, and why do they think it should or shouldn't be handled differently? I would try to educate the students about the many diverse ways in which we're all different. This would include teaching them about many different religions, perhaps using field trips or educational videos, or inviting students to talk about their own religious beliefs. Skin colour is an important part of our culture, with many students coming from Aboriginal backgrounds. It is essential that our students learn that the colour of our skin does not determine who we are under that skin. I would suggest perhaps breaking the students up into 2 groups and, as an educator, treating one half of the class differently to the other. This could include things like not answering their questions and ignoring them if they put their hands up, to give students a true-to-life understanding of what it's like and what it still can be like for people with different skin colour. Educating students about the different ways in which people dress due to cultural or religious reasons is important in today's society, especially due to the ease in which we can all travel. It could include doing a few social experiments, perhaps wearing a traditional Muslim outfit in class, or even a turban to see what it feels like to stand out from the crowd. This would have to be done under controlled circumstances in the classroom due to the sensitive nature of the topic, and parental consent would be necessary. Every country has issues like this on their news headlines, but as educators we can try to make a difference. We can show our students that difference is okay and indeed necessary to our human survival. With education, hopefully stories like this one will become part of our history, not of our present.